Friends, Hari Prasad is back with another lecture on soft skills. The topic today is public speaking. Public speaking is one of the soft skills. Public speaking is very much important, not only for political leaders. For all the people, public speaking is a good soft skill.
Especially for PROs.
Especially for PROs. Okay. So the participant said it.
Sir,
okay.
thank you, sir.
Yes, and said.
Sir.
Your speech for public speaking should have 3 parts. Number 1, introduction. Introduction should be as leisurely as a buggy ride. It should have an arresting opening. Something that seizes the attention immediately. This important fact is from my 30 years long experience as a professional speaker. I planned in advance almost the precise words of my opening and closing. Practically, every speaker with common sense. The speaker should be an entertainer as well as bringer of news. The speaker should be the newspaper, the magazine, the radio, the TV, the movie, the internet, all combined into one. That is the power of the public speaker. Okay.
Especially for media and media people.
Yes.
అలా చెప్పండి.
Exactly. When you plan your talk, foresee what impression you are going to leave last in the audience. Audience grasps every word you utter and ensure no subsequent speaker will obliterate your talk. Have willpower while preparing your address. Address means speech. Even introduction part should be short like a billboard advertisement. Audience expects you to give facts quickly and sit down. Stride right into the heart of your talk. Openings of speeches, humorous story have proved to be very stale, flat and unprofitable these days. I have witnessed this kind of fiasco time and after when I was a novice. Humor is a hair trigger affair. If you are endowed with the gift of humor, you can cultivate it. You will be welcomed wherever you speak. If your talent lies in other areas, start with that. I usually start my speech with an anecdote. My funny stories relevant to my speeches and illustrate a point. Humor ought to be a layer on the cake and should not be the cake itself. Easiest way to create merriment is to tell a joke on yourself. Don't begin with an apology. Don't say, I have not prepared well. They will discover it without your assistance. Why call their attention to it? Arouse the curiosity of your audience with your first sentence. Question will have a lot of attention value. Every speaker who aspires to speak in public ought to study the technique that magazine writers employ to hook the reader's interest at once. Audience likes to hear a speaker relate narratives from his own experience. However, I advise you to employ story technique to begin your speech or ask a question to unlock the minds of your audience. Okay. Number 2, the body. Cue new things. The weak speakers will give in despair. Those with grit will persist. They get the knack of public speaking. Essential elements in public speaking are have naturalness, force, and confidence in public speaking. You may have some fleeting fear, some shock, some nervous anxiety. In the first few minutes, you face an audience. If you persevere, you will soon eradicate this fear. After the first few sentences, you will have control of yourself. Speak with positive sentences, you will have control of yourself. Speak with positive pleasure. Your own resolution to succeed is more important than anything else. The entire question of your success as a speaker hinges upon your ability and the depth and strength of your desires. Your passion for the subject will save you. If you care for a result, you will most certainly attain it. If you wish to be rich, you will be rich. If you want to be a confident public speaker, you will be a confident public speaker. But you must really wish it. People with self-confidence and unusual brilliancy will succeed in public speaking. If you don't despair, you will be at the top. You must have the will to win. Think success and talk in public with perfect self-control. Many people don't believe that they cannot do certain things. If you think you can, keep your mind on the great and splendid things you would like to do, and then as the days gliding by, you will find yourself unconsciously seizing upon the opportunities that are required for the fulfillment of your desire. Picture in your mind your role model and thought highly transforms you into that particular individual. Preserve right mental attitude. Sincere prayer is answered. All things come through desire. If you think rightly, you will get the right results. You will get the right results. Everything depends upon the manner in which one speaks and not upon the matter. A good delivery will make very thin matter go a very long way. It is not the matter that wins the praise in debate contest. It is the speaker who can talk so well that his material sounds best. Three things matter in speech are: number one, who says it; number two, how he says it; number three, what he says. Of the three, the last one matters the least. What he says, the last one, it matters the least. I know an HRD trainer in Hyderabad who writes speeches so excellent in logic and reasoning and comparison that they are studied as classic models of oration. But he, as a speaker, is a notorious failure. I can't name him here due to reasons you know. He didn't have the ability to deliver his gems, to make them interesting and forceful. That is why I suggest the speakers look well to your dialogue delivery. I observed a delivery by a lady novelist and found her like this. She had hurriedly made some rambling notes. She stood before the audience, ignoring her hearers, not even looking at them. staring sometimes over their heads, sometimes at her nose, sometimes at the floor. This kind of performance is not delivering a talk at all. It has no sense of communication. Sense of communication is the first essential element for a professional speaker. The audience is feeling that there is a message being delivered from the mind and the heart of the speaker to their minds and to their hearts. The secret of good delivery is the speaker should speak like he involved in conversation with one of his hearers. You should have charm and power. Be a speaker of unusual ability. No two men are just alike. Millions of people have two eyes and a nose and a mouth, but none of them look precisely like you, and none of them have exactly your traits and methods and cast of your mind. You have an individuality. As a professional speaker, it is your most precious possession. Don't imitate others in speaking, but always follow your own style. Abraham Lincoln was a very good orator. The budding speakers can set him as a role model. Training of people in public speaking is largely removing their impediments. Hundreds of times I have stopped speakers in the midst of their talks and implored them to talk like human beings. Your talk should be more conversational, more natural, and more direct. In the midst of your talk, you ask some questions like, what proof I have for this assertion? I have adequate proof and here it is. Then proceed to answer the imaginary question. Such questions in the midst will break up monotony of your delivery and make your speeches direct, pleasant, and conversational. Sincerity, enthusiasm, and high eagerness will help you. When a speaker is under the influence of feelings, his real self comes to the surface. Put your heart in your talk. The features of your natural speaking, which I am giving now, will make your speech clear and more vivid. Number 1. Stress important words, subordinate unimportant ones. Number 2. Change your pitch. Number 3. Vary your rate of speaking. Number 4. Pause before and after important ideas. A speaker may follow the directions I have set down in this episode. Perfect your natural method of talking in conversation and then carry that method to the platform. Don't deliver a soliloquy. Don't imitate others. Put your own individuality into your speech delivery, and more of your original things may be put in the body of your speech. Okay. Number 3, the conclusion. The close is the most strategic point in a speech. The conclusion leaves ringing in the ears of the audience. These are likely to be remembered longest. You have to memorize the exact words of your closing. Some speakers stop abruptly. No less a speaker than Konaparedi Hariprasad made this mistake when he was a novice 30 years back. The blind man in the audience should also feel that your talk was ended. Closing should not be left dangling in the air like a loose rope. It should be rounded off and the audience should come to a conclusion that your speech is finished. Summarize your points at the closing. Sum up your entire talk in a few sentences. Leave your listeners pleased and optimistic. Always leave the audience laughing with a humorous closing. Each speaker must do it in his own way. Abraham Lincoln rounds off his speech so smoothly and beautifully. Some speakers close with a poetical quotation. A few others round off with a biblical quotation. It will have a profound effect. Hunt, research, experiment until you get a good ending. This is called mind mapping. A speaker who can't cut his talk fit, he will be disliked. Stop while the audience is still eager to have you go on. You may use the ways of closing I am giving now. Number 1, raising a laugh. Number 2, paying the audience a sincere compliment. Number 3, quoting a fitting verse. Number 4, outlining briefly the main points covered. Number 5, you can wait for one more speech of this speaker. Until then, bye. Before closing this episode, friends, I will give you 3 rules for success. Number 1, trust your brain. Number 2, trust yourself. Number 3, trust Konapareddy Hari Prasad. You become winner in life. Thank you. Carpe diem.